so just make yourself comfortable in a seated position just for a couple of minutes just to do some centering and some breathing. So you can set yourself up on a pillow or a block or something to elevate you if you would like. Just rest your hands in your lap wherever they land. And just let your eyes start to drift towards closed so that you can start to tune into the internal landscape of your body. And as you close your eyes, just tune into the feeling of the breath moving within you. And you can settle in through your sitting bones, just maybe find some sways with the spine from side to side or forward and back, or maybe even in a little circle so that you feel this central channel of your body, the spinal cord, the center, this midline of your physical space. And see if you can stop in the very middle, the very center. And just sense if your pelvis feels settled, where's the weight under each leg, under each side of your pelvis? Where's the rib cage? Can you stack the rib cage right over the pelvis? Where are the shoulders? Can you soften the shoulders down and see if you can center the shoulders right over the ribs? And then lift up through the crown of your head and see if you can sense if your skull is stacked right over your shoulders, over your ribs, and over your pelvis. And once you've established this central channel, the central midline space in your body, start to breathe along that central channel. So when you inhale, breathe in through the nostrils and imagine that your breath is traveling along the front of your spine, all the way down to the bowl of your pelvis. And as you exhale, imagine the breath moving up the back line of the spine and out the crown of your head. And just keep imagining the breath coming in, traveling down the front of the spine, filling up the base of the pelvis, and traveling up the back of the spine and out the crown of the head. If it helps you to imagine a light or a color that's connected to this breath, you might try that. And just take about 3 more breaths, feeling this breathing, feeling the midline of your space, and centering yourself here. And then when you're ready, bring your hands together at the center of the heart in Anjali Mudra. Press your palms together so you feel this central channel of your physical space. And bow your head towards your heart and maybe set an intention today to operate from the middle, operate from the center, so that you feel that you're not kind of being spun out from the outside edges of your experience, but that the center of your body, the center of your experience is guiding what you do. And then lift your chin, open your eyes, and relax your hands down. And let's come back to child's pose. So if you have props, you can slide them out of the way. and come on down to child's pose. So you'll come to all fours. If you want to have a blanket under your knees for a little bit of cushion, you could do that. And I have my blocks at the top of the mat. If you have those, you could set those up. So starting in all fours, separate your knees a little wider than your hips, and then sit your hips back towards your heels and just relax your torso down. You could make a little tower with your fists and rest your forehead down on that little tower of your fists. And by doing that, you'll create this channel, this central line in your body, from the third eye down the central channel of your body to the base of your spine. And just breathe along the central midline space of your body. Let's take 3 more breaths. And if you'd like to imagine that light or that color moving in along the front of the spine to the base of the pelvis, and then moving out along the back line of your spine, out the crown of the head, you could bring that visualization back into your experience. And then lift your head. Let's rise up to all fours, hands and knees. Bring your knees underneath your hips a little bit more. And then let's reach the right leg out to the side. So the right leg is going straight out to the side. Hopefully you have room. I'm going to turn to face the front of the mat, but you'll stay there. So right leg goes out to the side into this gate position. And then just rock forward and back here. So rocking the weight back, hips toward that back heel, and then rocking forward. Just keep going. I'm going to turn again. And just notice the sensations you feel in your legs, in your hips, maybe in the wrists as you move. Good. And then let's switch sides. So place the right knee down, extend the left leg out to the side, and again, rock forward and back. Just getting into that other side. Maybe you're feeling it in the inner thigh somewhere or the inner groin. We're just warming up a little bit before we go to downward facing dog. So just feel your body, feel your breathing. And then come back to all fours, and let's find a couple rounds of cat-cow. So on your inhale, drop the belly, look forward, arch your back. And on your exhale, press down and round the back, go the other way. Continue with your breathing. Drop the belly, look forward, arch the back. Sitting bones up, chin lifts. With your exhale, press down and round. Look back towards your belly button. 3 more times, follow your breathing. Feel the central channel of your body as you move. Good. Come to a neutral spine, sit back into child's pose again. Just flip your hands so that the backs of your hands are on the floor, and you can just move the wrists around, maybe pick up the forearms and circle the wrists a little. Let's go back to all fours, hands and knees. Turn your hands out so the fingers are pointing out, and just rock from side to side. So we're just putting weight in the hands in a little bit of a different way, different positions. Maybe turn one hand so the fingers point back towards the knees, and you can rock forward and back just a little. And then switch hands, so the opposite hand turns back, fingers back towards the knees. We all have different ranges of motion in these different wrist positions, so just work with what you can work with. You can play with all kinds of angles with your hands and your wrists. And then release the fingers forward, and then turn one hand so that the palm is facing up. You can stretch the wrists in a different way. And again, you can rock around. It doesn't matter what way you rock. You're just exploring putting weight on your wrists in these different positions. Just getting that hand, the forearm, to wake up a little bit, and then switch hands. Turn the palm to face up. Rock around a little bit. Good, and then release and come to stand up on your knees. Let's bring the hands behind and interlace the fingers behind the hips. And then just stretch the chest. So you can stretch the knuckles towards the floor maybe. All of our shoulders are different, so it doesn't really matter how far you get, or just notice the way you feel, inner landscape of your body, and breathe along the central channel of your body. And then release, bring the hands forward and just shake out the wrists a little. Good, and you can interlace your fingers and roll the wrists around. Good, and now we're gonna go to downward facing dog. So put your hands on the floor, tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor, lift the hips to the sky, and stretch. So moving the chest towards the thighs, adjust your feet if you like. Just move around here in downward facing dog. Bend the knees left and right, maybe move the hips. Let your head relax, give it a little shake. And breathe along the central channel of your body. With your next inhale, come forward to plank pose, top of a push-up. Hold here. You could put your knees down on the floor or hold with your knees up. Take a breath in. And then with your exhale, go up and back to downward facing dog again. We're going to do that 4 more times. So roll forward to plank, either knees up or knees down. Exhale, take it up and back to downward facing dog. And then you keep moving with your own breath 3 more times. You could always take this into cat-cow like we did before if you'd rather do that. Feel your breath leading the way as you move. And then once you get to downward facing dog, again, we're gonna walk forward to the top of the mat, forward fold. And if you have a blanket in your way, just slide it out of the way. Go ahead and walk forward. Take your feet nice and wide for this first forward fold. And if you have blocks, you could put them under your hands if you like. These blocks are adjustable, highest height, middle height, lowest height. So you can play with where you want the support, or of course, just fingertips down to the floor. Maybe hold on to opposite elbows and let your upper body just hang. Feel the breath through the central channel of your body. In through the nose, down the front of the spine, into the pelvis, and out the back of the spine, out the crown of the head. Release the fingertips to the floor if you're holding on to elbows. With your next inhale, bend your knees a little bit. And with your exhale, lift your hips to the sky. Continue like this 4 more times. Bend your knees on your breath in. Breathe out and fold. Keep going. Follow your own breathing. The next time you fold, let's roll up the spine. So bend your knees a little bit, roll up your spine. Feel each vertebra as you rise all the way up. Roll the shoulders onto the back and bring the hands together at the center of the heart. You can step your feet a little closer together now. Take a breath in, lift your chest. With your exhale, release your arms down to your sides. With your inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Breathe in, feel the central line of your body. Exhale, bring the hands together and fold forward over your legs with your hands in this prayer position. Release the head down, relax. With your next inhale, rise to a half lift, so bring your palms to your shins or even to your thighs. And with your exhale, fold forward. 2 more times like that. Lengthen as you breathe in, half lift. Breathe out and fold. 1 more time, lengthen, inhale, exhale, and fold. Place your hands, step back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Feel your hands and your feet. Maybe move the weight from side to side a little bit, patting through the hands. And then find that breath through the central channel of your body again. With your inhale, bend your knees in downward facing dog. So either stay here, or you can make it more challenging by bringing the knees to hover above the floor, and your shoulders will come forward over the wrists. And then with your exhale, go back to downward facing dog. 2 more times like that. So bend your knees, inhale. Either stay here or hover the knees above the floor. Exhale, go back to downward facing dog. 1 more time, bend your knees, either stay in down dog or hover the knees above the floor. And then go back to downward facing dog. Now bring your feet a little closer together. With your inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky. Down dog split, and then just play with lowering your back heel and lifting the back heel a couple times. And then switch sides. Right foot down, left leg lifts, down dog split. Lift and lower your back heel. Both feet to the floor, down dog. Lift your heels, walk your feet forward to the top of your mat, forward fold. Feet can be hip width distance apart or wider, you choose. With your inhale, lengthen your spine, palms to your shins. With your exhale, fold forward. Roll up your spine, bend your knees, roll it up, feel each vertebra. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Hands together at the heart, take a breath in. Exhale, release your arms to your sides. Reach your arms up, breathe in. Hands together, trace the midline as you fold forward over your legs, Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine on your breath in, and on your breath out, fold. Let's step the left leg back into a lunge. And here, you might bring blocks under your hands if you have them. If not, no worries, you could be up on fingertips. Okay, so just move the heart forward, feel this lunge here. Take a breath in. And then on your next breath out, let's lift the back foot and step it forward a little bit. We're gonna come into this position called pyramid pose. And it's great if you have blocks or soup cans under your hands for a little bit of support. And just feel the stretch along the back of your right leg. Maybe you feel that. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in. And on your exhale, fold forward over that front leg. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, half lift, and then step your back foot forward, come into a forward fold. Breathe in and lengthen your spine, half lift, palms to your shins or they're on the blocks. Exhale, fold. Let's step the right leg back, lunge. Nice long lunge, hands on the blocks or not. Move the heart forward, breathe in. And on your exhale, step the back foot in into that pyramid position. So both legs are straight. The back foot is turned in quite a bit. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in. And on your breath out, fold. Lengthen your spine on your breath in. On your breath out, step the back foot forward. Forward fold. Breathe in and lengthen. Half lift. Breathe out and fold. Bend your knees, roll up your spine, take your time. Roll the shoulders onto the back, hands together at the heart. We're going to move through that again. Inhale, reach the arms up, breathe in. Exhale, trace the midline as you fold, palms together at the center of the heart. Hands to the blocks or not. Lengthen your spine, breathe in, half lift. Breathe out and fold. Step the left leg back into a lunge. Move the heart forward, breathe in. With your exhale, step the back foot in into pyramid pose. Lengthen your spine forward as you breathe in. As you breathe out, fold over the front leg. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in. Step the back foot forward as you breathe out. Lengthen as you breathe in, half lift. Breathe out and fold. Step your right leg back, lunge. Heart forward, breathe in. Step the back foot in, straighten both legs, breathe out. Pyramid. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in, half lift. Breathe out and fold. Lengthen as you breathe in. Breathe out, step the back foot forward into a forward fold. Lengthen your spine on your breath in. And on your breath out, fold. Let's roll up the spine. Bend your knees, roll on up. When you get to the top, reach the arms to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, hands together at the center of the heart. Now, just hold here. Stand in your physical space and feel the feet on the ground, hands pressed together at the center of the heart, and feel the central channel of your body here, midline of your physical space. Often in life, we operate from the periphery. We operate from the edges, the distractions that we might have that tend to spin our days out of control a little bit. So this practice is about coming to the middle, coming to the center. So bring your hands out in front of you and make a little butterfly shape with your hands. So you clasp your thumbs in front of you. And then keep your hands like this and lift your arms up towards the sky. Breathe in and stretch. Pull your thumbs apart. Feel the midline of your space. And then with your exhale, bring your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers behind your back like we did a while ago. Stretch the knuckles towards the floor. Stretch the chest. Little bend in your knees. And then with your exhale, fold forward over your legs. Let your head relax. Release the hands down to the floor or to blocks. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in. Breathe out and fold. Step your left leg back into a lunge. And then let's rise up into a high lunge. So bring your hands to your front thigh and feel here. You always have the option to put your back knee down on the ground for more support, so you can choose. You could keep the hands on the front thigh or hands together at the heart. We're gonna do a little pulsing action with that back leg. So do your best here. Take a breath in, and with your exhale, just hover the back knee above the floor. Inhale, lift the back knee up. Exhale, hover. One more time, lift up and hover. Good. Lift and maybe reach the arms to the sky. Breathe in. With your exhale, put your hands down on the floor or blocks. Now, we're gonna move the weight into the front foot. So take a breath in and then lift the back leg up behind you and hold. It's like a little supported warrior 3. If you don't have blocks, maybe you're struggling a little bit with this balance, it's okay, just feel. Feel what's hard. If you want to lower the back foot down to the floor and put your hands on your front shin, you could do that. Or you could, if you have your hands on blocks, you could lift the back leg up higher and fold over that front leg a little bit more. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in, and then with your exhale, just step both feet down to the floor, separate your feet a little bit, and hang forward. Come back to the midline of your physical space. Maybe one of your legs, one of your hips feels a little different now after that work. See if you can come back to the center. With your inhale, lengthen your spine, half lift. With your exhale, fold. Roll up your spine, take your time. When you get to the top, reach the arms to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, hands together at the center of the heart. Good. Step your feet a little closer together. Make that butterfly shape with your thumbs again. And with your inhale, reach the arms up. With your exhale, bring your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, and then see if you can switch the clasping of your fingers so the opposite pinky is on the bottom than you would normally take. And then stretch the chest. Take a breath here. With your exhale, fold forward over your legs. Release the hands to the blocks or to your shins. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in, half lift. Breathe out and fold. Step your right leg back into a lunge. Let's get ready for this high lunge. So hands on the front thigh. Remember, you could always do this with your back knee down on the ground and hold any of this work here. I'm gonna lift my back knee up, bring the hands together at the heart, and then we'll do this hovering of the back knee. So take a breath in, and on your exhale, hover the back knee above the floor. Lift the back knee up, hover it down, belly in. Maybe you feel the core engage. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, hover the back knee. Lift up and then reach up from the center of your body through the arms. Breathe in. And with your exhale, put your hands down on the floor or blocks. Nice. Let's step forward into that front foot. So get that front foot underneath you. Take a breath in and then launch the weight forward into that front foot. Lift the back leg up. Any amount. Remember, it can be down quite a bit on the floor. You can have your hands on your thighs or your shins. Lots of ways to regulate this and work with it. Find the midline of your space. Maybe the back leg is lifted up a little higher. Maybe you're folded in a little deeper. Just feel. And then bring both feet down to the floor. Forward fold. Just take about 5 breaths here to do whatever it is you want to do. So this could be something like a squat, or it could be a little twist in your forward fold. You could just dangle forward with your hands on blocks or the floor. Just see if you can feel where your body wants to be and how you can feel the center of your body. Center line of your physical space. Whenever you reach the end of those 5 breaths, let's roll up. Take your time. All the way up into a standing position. Roll the shoulders onto the back. And feel feet underneath you, pelvis over the feet, ribs over the pelvis, shoulders over the ribs, crown of the head on the top of everything. Bring the hands together at the heart and feel. What's most important to you? What's central in your life? How can you operate from this idea that you have a central channel to keep coming back to? Okay, bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna step to the middle of the mat and I'm gonna face you. So you can face whatever direction you would like in the middle of your mat. And then we're gonna step the feet out wide. So nice wide stance with the feet. Nice. Let's turn the left toes out to the left. Sweep the arms wide. Take a breath here. And on your exhale, bend your left knee into warrior 2. You could bring your gaze out over the front fingertips. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And exhale, bend that front knee. 3 more times on your own. So follow your breathing. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale lowers you down. Keep going and see if you can find the midline of your physical space as you're moving. It's easy to get distracted by your hands and your feet, but see if you can feel the midline of your physical space. The next time you come to warrior 2, hold here, and then come to extended side angle. Bring the left elbow down to the left thigh, reach the top arm up to the sky, or bring the hand to the hip. Let's all bring the hand to the hip actually, and feel this midline of your physical space, from the pelvis through the ribs, shoulders, crown of the head. One line. You might turn the top shoulder onto the back. If it feels good to you to extend the top arm from that centered space, you could. Take a breath in, and with your exhale, rise back up to warrior 2, strong core connection. Straighten the front leg. Turn both sets of toes out and the heels in, arms up towards the sky, so you're in this starfish shape. Take a breath in, and then with your exhale, bend your knees, bring the hands to the heart for goddess. Inhale, straighten starfish, arms up. Exhale, bend, hands at the heart. Bend the knees, goddess. 3 more times on your own. Breathe in, reach. Exhale, bend, lower. Continue, follow your breathing. I think we have one more. My math might be off. We get a bonus round, if not. Nice. And then let's straighten the legs. Bring the hands to the hips. Spin both heels out. Take a breath in, lift your chest. And with your exhale, fold forward over your legs into a wide-legged forward fold. Nice job. Your hands could come down to the floor. And like we did a little bit ago, take 5 breaths to do whatever you want to do. So you might bend the knees back and forth. You might find a little twist here. See if you can remember to move from the central channel of your body. Good. With your next breath in, lengthen your spine. Find a flat back. See if you can float your hands to your hips. Legs are nice and strong. And then press on up into a standing position. Nice job. Turn the right toes out. Hands together at the heart. Reach the arms out wide. Take a breath in. And then bend your right knee. Warrior two. Straighten on your breath in. On your exhale, bend. And just continue 3 more times following your own breath and find that midline of your space. Central channel is as neutral as you can get it, as straight up and down as you can get it. And that might mean that you have to shift your feet around to, place your body in a different position so that your midline, your core, is in charge. Let's land in warrior two and then move into extended side angle. Right elbow to the thigh, top hand to the hip, and then see if you need to move the feet around. Sometimes in yoga, we're given this instruction to line the front heel up with the arch of the back foot. Have you heard that one before? Maybe. But you can break that rule. I'm telling you right now, you have permission. If you need to move the periphery, your feet, so that your pelvis feels better and your core is more engaged, then do that. Shift your feet around. And then roll the top shoulder to the sky. If it feels natural to you, reach the top arm to the sky. If not, leave the hand on the hip and feel the midline of your space. Take a breath in and rise up to warrior two. Breathe out. Straighten both legs. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Straighten both legs and both arms. Starfish. Take a breath in. And then when you bend your knees, take your arms out into a cactus shape. This time for goddess. 4 more times like this. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, bend. 3 more times, follow your breath. These goddess poses are great for counterbalancing all that bread that we're eating, right? Rise up. Bring the hands to the hips, and then parallel your feet, either heel toe your feet together or bend your knees and hop your feet together. Woo. Nice job, energetic. Okay, come to the top of your mat. We're gonna flow down to the back now, so just follow along. We're gonna add in some of the pieces that we've done before, just a little bit, and then we'll get ready for rest. So bring your hands into that butterfly shape again, thumbs intertwined. And you might have a habitual thumb that you put in the front, switch that. Reach your arms to the sky with your breath in. With your exhale, bring your hands behind you, interlace your hands with your non-dominant pinky on the bottom. Reach the chest to the sky, breathe in, bend your knees a little bit. With your exhale, fold forward, relax your head as you breathe out. Release the fingertips to the floor or blocks. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, fold. Let's step the left leg back into a lunge. Now from here, we're gonna move into extended side angle again, which we did a little bit ago. So turn your back heel down to the ground. And if you have a block, you could put the block on the inside of your right foot. And you could turn this block to the highest height. And you could even put the other block, if you're using blocks, on top of that to build a little tower. You could put your right hand on this block, or you could always rest the forearm on the thigh like we did before. So block, tower at whatever height you want, top hand to the hip, turn your upper back to the sky, and then find that midline of your physical space. If you want to extend the top arm to the sky, go for it. Breathe in here, reach in all directions from the center, and with your exhale, release the left hand down into a lunge. Lift the back heel up so you're turning into a lunge. And now this is a little bit of a tricky transition if you've never done it. This is how it's gonna go. Keep your right foot forward, slide your back knee behind the front heel, and come into a seat. Hopefully that worked. So you should have your right foot crossed over your left knee. And if you'd like to extend this bottom leg straight, you certainly could. From here, if you'd like to sit on a blanket to elevate your hips, that's also an option. And we're just gonna take a little twist here. So hands around the front shin, lift up tall through the spine. And before we twist, feel the midline of your physical space. Pelvis, ribs, shoulders, crown of the head. And then just find a little rotation to the right. You can use your arms for support, however you like. Just feel the spine turning around your midline. Midline is where everything important sits. Our mind, our throat, our voice, our heart, the belly, all of the energy centers in the body line up along the central channel of our space. So just feel how you can operate from the middle instead of the periphery. Take a couple more breaths in, maybe glance over your right shoulder. Breathe in through the nose or the mouth. And you might imagine for the next couple breaths here, that light or that color traveling in through the nose, down the front of the spine to fill up the base of the pelvis, and then up the back of the spine and out the crown of the head as you breathe out. Let's unwind and take a little counter twist to the other side. And then release, and from here, find a way to come into a standing position without using your hands. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You get to make it up. No hands. It's a good skill for graceful aging. Stand at the top of your mat. Find that grounded quality. That's something that you can practice, getting up and down off the floor with no hands. Excellent thing to be doing all the time. And then bring your hands into that butterfly position one more time. So again, non-dominant thumb on the top. Breathe in and reach. Even though we're using the hands, feel the middle of your space here. Central channel. With your exhale, bring the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Go to the dominant clasp now. Lift the chest up, breathe in, feel the center, and as you breathe out, fold. Release your hands down and relax. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, half lift. Breathe out and fold. And then step your right leg back into a lunge. I'm stepping over that blanket. If you have a blanket there, that's fine. And then we're gonna move into extended side angle here again. So turn the back heel down to the ground. If you have blocks and if you wanna build a little tower, you could do that so that you have this nice stable position. Usually when we're lifted up a little higher, we can get more space through the torso and we can feel the channel more fully. So top hand to the hip, or you could always just rest the forearm to the thigh. If your forearm is on the thigh, see if you can pull the front belly off of the front thigh so that you're more integrated through the core. And then again, turn the top shoulder onto the back. Maybe extend the top arm to the sky or leave it at your hip if it helps you stay more connected to the center. Take a breath in here. And with your exhale, roll back into a lunge. Shift your blocks off to the side if you're using them. Lift your back heel up. And now we're gonna try to negotiate into this little seated position. So take a breath in, slide the right shin and the right knee behind your left heel, left ankle, and sit down. Hopefully you made it. If not, we're all gonna meet here in this seated position. Left foot crossed over the right knee. Either keep your bottom leg folded under you or straighten the bottom leg. And then let's find this nice center line before we twist. It's like the foundation of a house. Foundation, sitting bones, basement, pelvis, first floor, rib cage, second floor, shoulder girdle, and the attic is the crown of the head. So build that nice centered house for you to inhabit. Then let's twist. So turn to the left. You decide how you want to support yourself with your arms. And find that breath, moving in through the nose, down the front of the spine, into the bowl of the pelvis. And as you breathe out, watch that breath travel up the back line of the spine and out the crown of your head. Maybe glancing over your left shoulder. But if that causes you to lose the midline of your space, then just be a little easier with your gaze turning. And take a counter twist to the other side, release. And come back to the center, and we're gonna make our way down onto the back. So if you're sitting on a little prop, shift it out of the way. And we're gonna come down and do a little bit of hip stretching and then relax. So if you wanted to get, props ready for that rest, maybe get that pillow for behind your head, a little blanket for some covering or any layers that you wanna put on, then go ahead and get those things accumulated. Put your feet on the floor, bend your knees, reach your arms forward, take a breath in, feel the center, and then with your exhale, roll down your spine slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And feel the whole spine on the floor. Just walk your feet in a little bit, separate your feet a little wider than your knees. Let your knees lean in on one another and rest your hands on your torso somewhere. And just breathe here. Feel the midline of your physical space. Separate your knees, heel toe your feet in a little closer, and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh for a little figure four here. And you could rest your arms off to the side, find some rocking from side to side. You could either stay here with this movement or gather the knees in, and hands could come around the back of the left thigh or around the left shin, and just feel the sensations in your body, inner landscape of your physical body, and notice where your thoughts are. And then when you're ready, switch sides. Left ankle over right thigh. Let's start with the foot on the floor. Find that little rock from side to side. Either stick with that or gather the knees in, hands around the legs, however you like. And then release. Hug both of your knees in towards your chest. Gather your forehead up towards your knees and hug everything into the midline. Just hug everything in. Take another full breath in here. And then with your exhale, let everything go and move into Shavasana. So extend your legs out straight. Maybe starfish it out if you have the space. I'm gonna come on up into a seat, but you get yourself comfortable into your final resting position, Shavasana. And take some time to get yourself set up well for this rest. Make sure that you can feel the center of yourself, the whole inner unit. Let that be the guide in how you rest. And really settle in well. Let your limbs relax, let them be heavy. Let your belly be soft. Let the eyes sink back into the eye sockets. Release your tongue and your jaw. And just be here in the center of yourself. Now start to expand your breathing in the center of your body. Feel the changes in your body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then from the center of your body, the center of your breathing, let the movement start wherever it wants to start, in arms, legs, head, fingers, toes. And when you're ready, make your way up into a seat. Nice and easy. And bring your hands together at the center of the heart. Let your eyes soften. Feel the midline here. And see if anything has shifted in your experience of your body, your mind, the whole state of your being from this practice. And bow your head in gratitude for the freedom, beauty, and possibility of your own body-mind. May our practice be for the benefit of all. Namaste.